Good morning. It's Monday, October 21st. I'm Karen Hamstra, and welcome to Title Talk. First of all, I want to show you a couple of new books by your favorite authors that I thought you might be interested in knowing are coming out probably later today. John Grisham has a new one called The Guardians, which takes place in a small Florida town. We have 3 copies of that one, so the wait should not be long at all. And then Stuart Woods has a new Stone Barrington novel called Stealth. There are 4 people on the holds list, so don't rush down to get this one, but rush to put your name on the holds list. And then since Halloween is coming, I thought we would talk mystery books this week. So I picked out 5 new ones to show you. The first one is by Bart Paul, who has written several other books, or at least 2 other books, and it is called See That My Grave Is Kept Clean. It's a Tommy Smith high country noir book. And Tommy Smith is a deputy sheriff who has just moved back to his hometown area with his wife and baby daughter, and he's starting his own packing gear adventure wilderness tour type thing. And when a young girl is reported lost in the canyon above their home, Tommy leads the search, but instead of the missing child, he discovers a corpse that may hold the key to a long unsolved local bank theft and a fortune in stolen cash. The FBI is called in. It involves threats to Tommy's family and his way of life, and it's a high adventure in the high Sierra wilderness. So probably if you are a fan of C.J. Box and such, you might well enjoy this book. And then Sophie Kelly has a new mystery. It's a cat/librarian mystery. Could there be a better combination? And really cute cover, 2 cats hanging on a crescent moon, as cats are wont to do. It takes place in the charming town of Mayville Heights, and librarian Catherine Paulson and her 2 talented cats pounce on clues to catch a killer. It's a businessman who is killed, and they've got to solve the crime. Sophie Kelly, A Knight's Tale. Sherry Thomas has a new book called The Art of Theft, the Lady Sherlock series. In case you didn't know, Charlotte Holmes was an assistant to Sherlock Holmes, a consulting detective, that is, and she is helping to recover a piece of stolen, priceless artwork. This also has a bit of a Christmas theme to it, and everyone pitches in to help her solve this mystery. All of her friends. It's had this is a series. It's had a lot of praise. Tasha Alexander, Annalee Hubert, National Public Radio. They have all enjoyed the Lady Sherlock series by Sherry Thomas. Carrie Greenwood has a new one called The Spotted Dog. This is a Corinna Chapman mystery. Corinna Chapman being a baker in Australia. If you haven't read Carrie Greenwood's books, she is Australian, and they all take place in Australia, and they're just a lot of fun. This Baker series takes place. Corinna lives in a very interesting apartment building in Australia, and you'll find lots of good mysteries. There will be crime. Just a very enjoyable series. It's been a while since one of these has come out, but here she is again. So I really would highly recommend her books. I think you'll enjoy them. Just a little different take on things, being from an Australian point of view. And then our last one is called The Books of the Dead by Amelia Bernhardt, and it is a death in Paris mystery. And surprise, surprise, it is set in where? Paris. Why, yes. Juliette Blackwell, who is the best-selling author of The Paris Key, enjoys this series, and this is about an American sleuth named Rachel Levis, and she stumbles upon an employee of the French National Library strangled in the bathroom, and she is actually Rachel, that is some sort of spy masquerading as a librarian. She's gone undercover, and she works to determine which of his book-loathing colleagues loathed the man enough to kill him. And the library then is rocked by more bad news. A priceless antique book has been mutilated. So doesn't that sound like a lot of fun? Amelia Bernhardt, The Books of the Dead. And then just quickly, 3 nonfiction books that might pique your interest. Deepak Chopra has a new one, Unleashing Your Infinite Potential, Meta Human, Unleashing Your Infinite Potential. That can be found at 204.4, and his books are always hot numbers. And then in light of our Weaver exhibit over in our museum, I thought you might be interested in The Battle of the Negro Fort, The Rise and Fall of a Fugitive Slave Community by Matthew J. Clavin, excuse me, Matt. This takes place in the aftermath. This is nonfiction. In the aftermath of the War of 1812, a village of African Americans, free African Americans, that had utilized this fort. I think it was a leftover fort from the Battle of 1812, up through the Civil War as a refuge for fugitive slaves. And this is its story. And it can be found at 973.51. And it will be on the new bookshelf initially, of course. And then last but not least, Bill Bryson has a new one, The Body, A Guide for Occupants. Bill Bryson is just an amazing author. He has written on quite a variety of subjects. His books are always amusing and easily readable and just a lot of fun. This one is truly about the human body. The man's areas of interest never cease to amaze me. It can be found at 612 BRY. Just a great author. And it's said that this book is as addictive as it is comprehensive. This is Bryson at his very best, a must-read owner's manual for everyone. And I just think you would really enjoy Bill Bryson's writing style. And in case you've forgotten some of his books, he wrote Notes from a Small Island, A Walk in the Woods. That's probably his most famous book because it was made into a movie. At Home, A Short History of Private Life. That was a very interesting history of homes down through the ages. The Body by Bill Bryson. So, I hope you saw something there you think you might like to read, and we hope you will come down and see us sometime this week. It's been so nice talking with you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.